Good morning, YouTube. Today I am doing a diagnostics on this 2003 Buick Regal with the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. The customer's complaining of low power at times, and also the check engine light comes on and goes off randomly. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously scan it for codes. Already got my scanner ready. So let's go to, I already went through the functions to GM. You can do this to generic OBD2 also if you have just a generic scanner, but my scanner does vehicle specific. So in this case, because he's having all these power issues and all these, issues with the check engine light coming on and off, and also, the low power and all that, I'm going to go ahead and just go under GM specific so I can activate solenoids and stuff if I have to, because you can activate, solenoids or do any bidirectional testing under generic OBD2 on most scanners. So let's go to system selection. The light's not on right now, but we should have some stored codes. Engine control module. Read fault codes. Diagnostic trouble code display. Your scanner might be a little different. If you don't have a Launch X431 Diagon, it's a great scanner for the price. It was under $1,000 and it does everything $3,000 scanners do, and then some. So let's see. We got an intake camshaft position actuator control circuit and an exhaust. Exhaust camshaft position system performance. So we have codes for the camshaft position actuator solenoids, which that's very common on this engine, and I'm going to show you how to check them. The first thing you can do, if your scan tool does bidirectional testing, go to your actuation testing under special functions, camshaft position actuator system. Let's see if we can control these. So we want to increase the duty cycle. See if it's affecting the engine RPMs, which it is. We're idling at about 1500 RPMs. So we're going to release control because I know that solenoid is doing a little something. The RPMs drop back down. And the thing is with these solenoids is they can work, but if the resistance values are off, and I'm going to show you how to do that too, then the computer's going to see that and it's going to throw code. So I've already, there, the exhaust one is also boosting the idle up too. So let's increase that. As you can see, the exhaust camshaft solenoid is working better than the intake one was. We're almost at 2,000 RPMs. The intake wouldn't go above 1,500. So I know we got a bad, at least the intake solenoid is bad. Oh, it just dropped out. Look at that. Definitely a problem with the solenoid. It shouldn't have dropped out until I stopped commanding it. So I'm going to show you the other way to check them too. I already know they're bad because it didn't, the test completely aborted. Let's turn the engine off. And now we're going to go under the hood. And this is going to be good for, a do-it-yourselfer that doesn't have a scanner like this that can only obtain codes. If you have a multimeter, any basic multimeter that does ohms, you can do this with. And I've already looked at the specs for these solenoids. They should be 8 to 12 ohms. Same resistance values on both of them. Let's get this hood open. Alright, the first thing you're going to do, and this is going to apply to all your ecotec, whatever you want to call it, motors, the 2.4s, the 2 liters, they all use the same system when it comes to the timing control. These guys right here. Now I know they've been messed with before. If someone's changed them before, they probably put cheap solenoids. You can't put cheap solenoids in these. They will come back. You have to put OE. Even the OE ones don't last long, but don't use aftermarket solenoids on these motors. The original ones cost about $50 more a piece, but it's worth it because you're not going to keep having to replace them every... I've had them coming out of the box, the cheap one's not even working. You know, like I said, the OE ones don't even last long, so if that tells you anything. First thing I'm going to do is unplug both of them. Now you can't plug these in wrong because they're different. One's gray, one's black, and the plugs won't even reach. So don't worry about marking where the plug goes. Alright, now we're going to go over here. First thing you want to do always is make sure your multimeter's reading. Check this battery voltage. Okay. Now we're going to go to continuity function. Touch your 2 leads together. Okay, I know my meter's functioning. I don't get no false readings. You're going to come to each one of these solenoids. Let me put that up there so you can see it. And touch the 2 pin terminals. Doesn't matter which way you connect them. Oh yeah, 21 ohms. That's way out of specs. 8 to 12 was the minimum and maximum. So that's at 21. Like I said, they can still work, but if the resistance is way out of value, they're going to function differently, and the computer will see that, and that's why it's setting codes. That one's almost completely open. Look at the way the meter's acting. It can't even settle down. So we definitely have 2 bad one's a camshaft, as you can see, intake, and the other one's the exhaust. For the exhaust on the back, the black is the exhaust, the gray is the intake. You can put them in wrong. They just won't plug in if you switch them around. So remember, the gray goes on the intake, the black goes on the exhaust. Any rate, I hope this video was informative. If the customer decides to do it, I'll show you a video on how to replace it. Until then, y'all have a good day. Peace out, YouTube. Please check like and please subscribe.